Hello everyone. Let's hope my microphone holds up, because just before I came online, 2 screws fell out of it, which I think I've tried to put back in, but we'll have to wait and see. So welcome everybody to today's session. You'll have to excuse me, I am still a little bit congested, so I apologize for the difference of my sounding and my voice. So welcome to the live today. Today we're going to talk about the crown chakra in cats. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what a chakra is, and you're thinking that what is this woman on about, then head to my other video, which is Cat Chakras Explained. So let's hope the words flow out to me, even though technically I'm congested up there as well. So there's another video and there's a playlist about cats and energy and help for anxious cats, and it will detail and share with you what chakras are and what we're talking about. So today is the last in the series of 7, because we've covered each of the 7 main chakras. And we're talking about the crown. So right at the top here, excuse the paint on my arm, I've been painting my house. So the crown chakra in cats, it's a lovely one to end on, to be honest. And as we've gone through all of the other 6, we've talked about different ways that you can support the crown chakra in cats. And if you want to know a bit more about color therapy and things like that, check out each of the chakra videos. So today we're talking about the crown, and one of the things to share about this one is that the position of it on your cat is really interesting. So it's like here. I got more paint on my arm. I've got paint everywhere. It's about here. Okay, so it's kind of like just above the top of the middle of their head. Now, if we think about when we connect with cats, a lot of them may not like you to stroke down their back or to stroke their tummy. A lot of them may just tolerate touch around the face. That could be the top of the head. So I'm going to come on more to this in just a moment. But first of all, let's talk about what is the crown chakra and how does it support your cat. So the crown chakra literally connects your cat to the universe. Okay, so the root helps them to anchor into their physical body and ground and center themselves. And then the crown chakra is, like with us humans, it's connection to the divine, to source. Now, whether you use the term universe, God, any other belief or whatever works for you, it's all about their connection. Okay, their connection to something bigger, their connection to the cosmos. Okay, there's a lot of high vibration energy up in this crown. Now, every chakra vibrates at its own frequency, details of which you can find in my cat chakra book, A Complete Guide to Clearing, Cleansing and Balancing Your Cat's Core Energy Centers, available from my website. You can get a signed copy, naturallycats.co.uk. I'll pop a link below. Each of the chakras vibrates at their own frequency. Now, the crown vibrates very, very quickly. And I want us to just take a moment to think about the fact that when you are stroking your cat, you're moving their energy. So when someone gives you a hug and you're kind of like, oh God, I feel really heavy or a bit uncomfortable, or you feel a bit kind of saturated afterwards, or you might feel emotions that you didn't really feel before. Or when you walk into a room and you can sense and feel that there's been an argument, like people say you could cut the tension with the knife, that's actually energy. So when you are touching your cat, when you are connecting with your cat, you are able to feel and move their energy. Now, you may not be able to sense and feel it yourself in your hands. That just takes practice. Everyone can do it. Everyone is made of energy. And again, the details of how to do that are all in the book, How to Sense and Feel Your Cat's Energy. I've got another video called How to Feel Your Cat's Frequency, like how to sense and feel their aura. So if you haven't already subscribed to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell to get notifications of my new releases, so you can help your cat with every video. So when your cat has got like an imbalance, when their chakra is in balance, doesn't sound right, muffled. They basically will be kind of like happy, healthy, and well. Okay, they will have no ear or eye infections. They will have a good appetite. They'll be able to kind of clean themselves. They'll have great relationships with you as their human. They will be adaptable to change. They'll be safe in their environment. Now, every chakra has kind of overarching principles, I suppose. That's not really the right word. Each chakra can be explained in a certain way. But each chakra is also dependent on the uniqueness of each cat. Okay. So if you've got a cat that's been traumatized or experienced trauma or abuse, they may have imbalances in some of their chakras. And some cats may constantly need help to balance their energy. So when it's in balance, there's going to be the cat will be able to sleep well. There'll be a nice mixture of sleep and play, a nice mixture of being able to be present in their body, but also present with other people. Okay. So they're, like I said, they're kind of a happy, healthy, well-rounded cat. Now, if it's out of balance, one of the things you'll notice is that the cat will not tolerate stimulation. They might get overstimulated in the environment. You might notice that they're hiding away, like they need to kind of have cover over their eyes or over their head, or they sort of put themselves under a blankie. Now, one of the reasons that I bring this up to start with is because elderly cats, in my experience, can have a disconnect with their crown chakra. Yes, they are preparing to go back into spirit, to be light again. But actually, what can happen, they can have an underactive crown because there's so much in their physical body due to generally pain and discomfort. So if we think about end of life, the bodies are human or animal, the bodies are starting to deteriorate. Systems don't work as they should. Joints and bones, there's problems, there's discomfort, there's issues, there's maybe dis-ease. Excuse me. So as you may know yourself as a human, when you are in discomfort, you are very much anchored in your body, in your physical body. So with elderly cats, it's important to give them the opportunity to balance their crown. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. But it's also important to appreciate that that is going on for them. So they may not tolerate as much touch around their face or the top of their head. They may need to hide away. They may need times where they're not as stimulated. So in a room that's not got the TV or the radio, if you go out, it might not be the best thing to leave the radio on for an elderly cat because it might be too much. It might be overstimulating. So give them a chance to perhaps go to a different room. So you may also notice that they've got coordination issues. Perhaps they're a bit forgetful. Again, we can liken this to humans. When we're suffering from dementia or kind of cognitive dysfunction. Again, this happens with cats as well. When you start, excuse me, to see these signs. One second. When you start to see these signs, yes, of course, go and see your vet, share with them what's going on, see if there are any treatments that are recommended, but also be mindful that energetically they need additional support, okay? So for elderly cats, you may find that they have an underactive chakra. Now, the opposite is true for kittens. So in my experience, cats up to about 18 months of age, they're not fully present. Because they are new, they are from the light, if you like. It takes a while for them to bed into their bodies. Now, again, as we liken it to humans, when we've got babies, then they start to toddlers. As they start to grow up, they test the boundaries of their body, their physical body. What can they lift? What can they move? How can they move? And with cats and with kittens, they climb up really like all the curtains. They're jumping up for things. They're playing rough and tumble. And this is not just about them growing into their body and having a young sense of like the psyche, young sense of self. It's also about the spirit and the soul fully embedding into the physical body. So with younger cats, you may find that they've got an overactive crown because that energy, that frequency is still reminiscent of how you can support the young kitten with this. Okay, now this is really kind of where you want to offer them red to help to ground them, okay, to ground them into their physical body. And we're going to talk more about herbs and oils in just a moment. Let me just check I've covered everything. So it's important for me. I've got a list of notes to make sure that I cover everything and don't go off topic. Okay. Okay, so we've talked about elderly cats and kittens and why it can be over and underactive with them. And, it kind of makes sense, right? Let's just circle back a minute to the location of the crown and it being up here. Now, think about the fact that if you don't want physical touch from someone, you can take a step back, can't you? You can vocalize and say, no, thank you, please stop. How often do we give that choice to our cats? I love the touch, the feel of my boys. I love to connect with them physically. I love to stroke them, to give them kind of scritches and scratches. Even as like Leo will sort of brush past my leg, I'll try and kind of bend down so I can stroke his back and his tail. It feels nice, right? And they are sentient beings. And as a sentient being, they have energetic centers. They have an energy and a frequency about them. So I'm going to ask you, the next time you go to stroke your cat around its head, maybe just pause for a second. Yes, it feels lovely for us, but this is about giving the cat a sense of autonomy. And in the world of naturally cats, give your cat a voice, giving cats a voice. It's to give them the opportunity to come to you, either quietly in your mind or out loud, say to them, can we connect? And you might notice that they turn like sideways to you to give you their shoulder rather than their head. So bear in mind that every time you stroke your cat, you are moving their energy, whether you're conscious about it or not, whether you're aware of it or not, whether it's in your conscious mind or not. You are moving their energy. You affect their energy simply by being with them. And a lot of the times that's a good thing. But I want us to just bring into our conscious awareness that when we are connecting with our cat, when we are stroking and touching and cuddling with our cats, we are moving their energy. It's no wonder cats sleep a lot when they live with humans. And it's no wonder that cats will clean themselves after they've been stroked by humans. It's not just because they're clean animals, which 99% of the time they are. It's also about them ingesting your scent, which is a comfort mechanism for them. And it's about them moving their energy. So as you'll notice in the cat chakra book and the aromatic cat book, my other book, both of them available from my website, we talk in there about signs of processing energy. And you'll see with cats that licking themselves is a way to move their own energy. So when it comes to their crown chakra, if that is the only place that your cat will allow you to touch them or connect with them, next time ask them and see what happens. And every now and again, and when you remember, and when I pop into your thoughts, ask them. Give your cat a choice in how they connect with you, in how you have contact with them, which in turn is how you impact their energy. Okay. So I hope, hang on a second. Excuse me. Dry tickle. So I hope this is making sense for you. I also hope it's giving you a bit of inspiration about how to connect with your cat. So just before I talk to you about essential oils and herbs, about how to balance your cat chakra with these remedies, I wanted to remind you all that we've got the upcoming weekend event, Chakra Connections, on the 12th and 13th of October. So it's a 2-day online event over the weekend, and I am sharing with you all about our chakras, ours and our cats. So day 1 is about the human, day 2 is about the cat, which is very, very similar to my Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program, where the first half of the program looks at the human and the guardian, the second half looks at the cat. Now, with Chakra Connections, over those 2 days, we're going to look at your chakras. I'm going to help you to sense and feel your own energy and your core centers. And then we're going to use that with the cat as well. We're going to be able to, connecting with your cat, you'll be able to sense and feel their energy. You'll find out how your actions, your behavior, your emotions impact your cat, and vice versa. And really, the 2-day event is building on the cat chakra book. So if you've read the book and you still don't quite know what to do, or there are a few bits that didn't make sense, come and join me for Chakra Connections on the 12th and 13th of October, because we are going to delve into it in more detail. And if you're catching this replay and that date has been and gone, don't worry. My plan is at this point in time is to put Chakra Connections online as a mini course that you can purchase after the event. So I would love for you to come and join me live. If not, I'm sure you'll be able to catch the replay. So let's talk a little bit about how to balance the crown chakra. Now, one of the things we haven't talked about through the other 7 are herbs and essential oils. Now, as I said, my first book, The Aromatic Cat, how to use herbs, hydrosols, and essential oils with your cat for your cat's well-being. I co-authored this with Nyana Morag, and in here, the Aromatic Cat, we talk about 20 essential oils, or 20 botanical remedies, I should say, that you can use with your cat. And whether you've heard, if you've heard that essential oils are bad to use with cats or you can't use them, that is a massive, massive myth. Trust me, I've been using them for years with my boys, with my cat Pickle before, with many, many clients. You can use botanical remedies with cats. You just need to be aware of what you're doing with them, and you just need to read your cat. It's not about forcing a remedy onto them. It's not about picking and choosing what you think they need and offering and giving it to them, or putting it on them, or in food or whatever. It's about giving your cat a choice. Now, in here, we talk about the difference between essential oils and herbs, as well as hydrosols. And there's a couple that I wanted to talk to you about today with regards to the crown. So the crown is very high frequency. And one of the first remedies that I wanted to mention is valerian root. So although you think root and it's grounding, it is. But with valerian, particularly with regards to the crown chakra, it helps to connect the physical body with that energetic center. So valerian root helps to reduce anxiety. It helps with physical pain. Now, as I said to you right at the beginning, if your cat is slightly older and dealing with a physical issue, maybe physical discomfort, valerian root is going to offer them relief from that pain, which then gives them the opportunity to feel into their crown. Okay. A couple of others are rose and jasmine. Now, rose, I would say for every single chakra. Rose I would use all the time. I mean, I don't sell herb gardens anymore, excuse me, but I do still have rosebuds because Leo absolutely loves them. Now, rose and jasmine are very, very nurturing. You can use them as the essential oil or as dried herbs. Try to get organic dried herbs if possible. And when it comes to essential oils, ensure that you use a reputable distributor to make sure they're not adulterated in any way. Rose is not cheap peeps. I have to tell you, for something like 2 milligrams, it's like £40 GBP, because it is the real deal. Now, with rose and jasmine, they are incredibly kind of balancing and nurturing, and it gives the cat the opportunity to fall into this frequency almost of love, connection, of depth. Okay. Now, when we are at one with the universe, when we are like in a space of peace, we feel calm. We feel different, don't we? And when you offer rose and jasmine to your cats, that love, that nurture, that's what it can help to induce in them, which enables them to balance their own crown chakra. Okay, I hope this is making sense. The next one I wanted to mention, I'm going to have a right tickle. Won't be online much longer, peeps. The next one is geranium. Now that is as an essential oil, beautifully balancing for all of the chakras. It's wonderful. Now, when it comes to using essential oils, if you're not confident, if you haven't got the Aromatic Cat, again, you can get a signed copy from the Naturally Cats website. You basically put 1 drop of essential oil onto a nice big piece of fabric, okay? And you put it on the floor and you let your cat do what they need to do. Now, if you want to know what they're doing with it, you want to get the book because it shares with you things to look for. And I think it was 3 or 5 years that I trained with Caroline Ingram for, we've tried to condense as much as we can into this book to share with you how to work with your cats and botanical remedies. So geranium's another one. And then finally, I wanted to come on to lemon balm. Now, lemon balm is a remedy that I've had in the shop before. I've used maybe a couple of times with my boys. I felt very drawn to share it today. So I was looking through my different books to find more information to share with you. And we've got it here, unsurprisingly, in the Aromatic Cat. We've put in here that it's a powerful immune stimulant and it calms the nerves. So think of those two again. If you've got an elderly cat, and actually if you've got a kitten, when they're creating their immune system, and if they're tearing around the house, you may not want to calm them. It's not a sedative, but it's calming and anchoring almost. It helps with dementia, which I think is, like we said before, about cognitive dysfunction. It calms the nerve. It's a digestive aid, and it supports mental function as well. So there are a lot of different healing properties of lemon balm. And when it comes to the crown, like I said, have a think about the age of your cat. Now, if your cat isn't a kitten and isn't like a geriatric, isn't an older one, a senior, that doesn't mean to say that they won't have an imbalance in their crown. Because if your crown is out of balance, like we're going to be talking about in the Chakra Connections event next month, they will likely have an imbalanced crown. Okay. So lemon balm is the last remedy. Now, with dried herbs, you get a towel or a blanket, put it in a nice quiet area of the home. Again, full details are in the Aromatic Cat book. And I think I've put it in Cat Chakras as well. And you let the cat pick and choose where they want to go, which remedies they want to work with. So using a herb garden is a topic for another video. I'm starting to lose my voice. I need to have a really big coughing fit. So I'm going to go. I hope that it's been useful today. So remember, just as a quick recap, subscribe to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel if you haven't already. You can get the Aromatic Cat and Cat Chakras signed copies from the Naturally Cats website. We've got Chakra Connections next month, 12th and the 13th of October. And when you next go to connect with your cat, ask them quietly in your mind's eye or out loud, how can we connect in this moment? Are you comfortable with me approaching you? And allow them to maybe dip their head, maybe move their cheek, maybe move their shoulder towards you. Allow them to come to you as you hold your hand out. Give them the autonomy of them coming to you for connection. And that in itself will enable their crown to shine a little bit brighter, okay? By giving them that sense to connect with you as they choose, in the way that they wish. Remember, older cats and kittens are likely to have over and underactive chakras. And although we've talked about herbs and essential oils today, there are other ways that you can use, which are really simple yet highly effective to balance the chakras, from crystals, color, mantra, etc. Everything's in the book. I'm going to go because, like I said, I need to have a bit of a coughing fit. I hope that you've enjoyed the session today. I look forward to seeing you next time, and hopefully I'll see you on the Chakra Connections course in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching and for being here. Bye for now.